Hey, it's us again.
You know, been way too long.
I know it's been a minute, but we've had things going on.
Oh, honey. Oh
You
my
especially have
God.
had things going on, so it's totally understandable.
Right?
Um, three, two,
I
one.
missed you.
I miss you too.
Yeah,
You set?
I'm set.
All right. Three, two, one. Look who's back, folks.
Woo!
It's her, Simone. Hey, your friend Shaun Proulx. And ask me why I've got a scarf on in the house.
Fashion.
No, I did this interview earlier today, and as
Okay.
it's happening, like I realized that I was really heavy-handed with the bronzer today.
Oh,
And so I'll show you guys my skin tone. And I spent the entire interview like listening to them, but noting that I'm lily white on the neck and throat.
you don't look
Throat
so
is
bad.
nothing.
You don't look too bad.
You're so kind. I'm
No,
just
but you, no, really, you don't. I think
I
you're
looked
book
ridiculous in this interview. Maybe it's settled down a little bit. My skin's
You're
absorbed
okay.
some of it. But
That's
anyway.
hilarious. That's hilarious. You're always good looking.
We're giggling now, but there might be some tears in a little bit.
Yeah.
The topic today here on Simone and Shaun, and our special guest is a diva, a comic, a philanthropist, a dear friend of both of ours.
An awesome Canadian.
Awesome Canadian, based in LA. You might have guessed she's an amazing person. I love her so much. Carla Collins is coming on to talk about the subject of pet loss and healing through laughter. You've lost pets before. I know you told me about your German Shepherd.
Yeah, no, Shih Tzu.
Shih Tzu. Why did I think German Shepherd?
I don't know. I'm a Shih Tzu girl. I
Yeah,
need
I
a
can
lap.
see more. When I thought German Shepherd, I thought it's a big dog for Simone.
Although, if I was to get a big dog, I would get a Bouvier.
Oh, those are beautiful dogs.
Yeah.
And I recently lost my beloved Ella Easter of last year, Good Friday. And Carla lost her beloved dog too. And so this is a shout out to everybody who's lost a pet. I think it's like losing a kid, frankly. I couldn't for days. Yeah, I was devastated and still am. So if you are a pet lover, you're going to love this conversation. Shall we bring Carla on right now?
Yes, and all her fabulosity. Absolutely.
She's wearing Alexander McQueen, darling.
Nice.
Okay. The one and only Carla Collins.
Hey, hello, beautiful people.
Hey.
I love your bedroom. Nice boudoir.
In the boudoir.
That's right.
Where it all happens, folks.
It's where nothing happens, but where I disappoint more men than Rogaine and the Detroit Lions. So, I mean, I portray the sex kitten, but in reality, I'm just a nerd in here reading.
I think you're selling yourself short, but I'll let you talk.
Well, Simone, it was not easy for me to find a slutty turtleneck for you guys today, but I did.
You did it. You did it. And you've done this twice now for me, but do it one more time. Show the viewers your sleeves because they're just phenomenal. Yes. I love them.
Thank you. It's a very old school Alexander McQueen.
Yeah.
Oh God, can't go wrong.
Right?
Can't go wrong.
My favorite artist, period.
I had to bring it for you two.
Oh, I love it. We love you for that.
Do you feel pressure?
No pressure.
Well, I'm not going to half-ass it for your podcast. I gotta try to bring at least my A- game.
Okay.
That's A+ today.
A+++++.
So today we're going to talk about a tough topic, and it's the loss of our beloved pets, and the devastation that we feel when they leave us, and how to heal through laughter. HEEL, as Carla would write.
Yes.
I like my wordplay, Shaun. I like my wordplays.
I'm going to let you go first, Carla, and talk about your recent loss. You and I talked about it at length because I lost my dog, but tell us your story.
We bonded over that. Well, Dr. Zira, since I've been in LA, was the last of 3 dogs I had. I brought Buster, my first dog, my black lab, from Toronto to Los Angeles with me. And, Buster was more mature than me. Not that that's difficult. He was basically my emergency contact. Aww. And the first doggy I had on my own. And then when I don't know, about a year or so after that, we rescued Dr. Zira, who was my first small dog, which is why I called her Dr. Zira. I had never had a tiny dog before. I'd never had a chick dog, Simone. And she was a Chihuahua Min Pin that they think was about 2.5. Just the best. And they were going to put her down the next day. So I grabbed her, as I often do, thinking she was red tagged or flagged or whatever they call it. And I thought, I'll find a home for this cute little thing. She had the mange. She was so tiny. We were worried. I was with my ex at the time that one of us would roll over onto her in the bed. But oddly, and at any rate, she thrived. And of course, I kept her. And because where they filmed Planet of the Apes was right across the way from us. And I said, everybody knows Dr. Zayas. Who is the female vet? I was saying Dr. Zira, and I said, that will be her name. Because at first I called her Shemp after my favorite stooge, and that didn't seem fair.
That feels very unfair.
Yeah. So, and Buster was wonderful with her, even though he was very much enjoying his retirement years. And then not long afterwards, I got Miles. Rescued Miles, and that was the love of her life. So I mention all three because shortly after we got Miles, Buster left us. And that was and I don't know if you remember this show, but I was taping a reality show I did here called Carla Wood.
Yes, I remember that.
So, and it's a Canadian budget, so you got to keep rolling. And I just have puffy eyes. I'm devastated because I found out that he had cancer, and it happened so fast. And I remember the poor camera crew was like, so do we continue? And I was like, will it help people? And then I became the patron saint of someone who lost their dog. So, again, even Buster in his death was, so we sort of showed everybody what it's like, I just decided to roll on it. I didn't know what else to do. And because I think a lot of people don't talk about it, and you can divide the world. Listen, I don't have children. I've always been an animal person, and you're always going to have people that don't understand the death of an animal. And I think we just have to be fine with that, but it's a tough one. And I will throw this out there often, and a lot of people will agree with me. It is more difficult than a person because the pet is completely dependent upon you. It can't speak. There's unconditional love. They never piss you off. Like somebody who dies, you're like, at one point, that dude owed me $40. Like, does that, who's going to cover that now?
And it goes without saying, they give you unconditional love the way a person never does. All of our love between each other as humans is condition-based.
Yes, it is. It's true.
And you get pure positive energy from an animal. Particularly from dogs.
Exactly. And I mean, just angels, right? They're just angels. They're giving no matter what type of animal. So, and I really think, not to sound trite, but we are all one, and we're sharing this planet with the animals. I know we like to dominate as a species, and that's fine in the bedroom where I am now, but otherwise, no, we're sharing the planet with the plants and the animals. So, Miles, who was just one big, I always joke that he was the Jesus Christ of dogs. He was just one big love, just one big love, and lost him at 10, which is early. But so when that happened, Dr. Zira went into a total depression. I kept bringing her to the vet. And so I just made her a service animal, and she came with me on tour. She came with me to Canada. So we became inseparable because that kind of saved the two of us. And I know there was borrowed time because at one point she had a heart condition and stayed around for a couple of more years. But, and it's, guys, as you know, it's never one thing. And obviously everybody's been through a tough hell with the pandemic and whatever, brink of World War III, Grey's Anatomy is still on the air. There's a lot of stuff we can't explain. Even Meredith left, for God's sakes. So it was, and Zira's my longest relationship at almost 15 years. So
that's how I felt.
It's a lot.
Right. So it turns out I'm a lesbian, Shaun. a woman.
You heard it here first.
That's right. Breaking.
Exclusive.
So, it was for some reason, and I had no idea there was a 10-pound Chihuahua holding my life together. But of course I did. And so when she got sick, it was really, really difficult. And I was telling Shaun, Simone, that for the first time, I sort of started talking about it on stage.
Yeah.
And I think the first thing is you have to be real with it. And it completely, like, I was Googling symptoms of a nervous breakdown because this time, and I've lost people. Simone will tell you, first of all, you never get over it. Simone walked into one of my shows with her mom and I lost it. My mom passed years ago. And I'm like, so I'm just never over this.
You never will be.
And you have to flip it and then you have to say, well, what a beautiful thing that is. That, it's just the amount of love, not knowing where to go, right?
Yes.
The whole thing about grief. So I think the same applies to an animal. And what's helped me are a couple things. I think rituals are really big for humans. Like when Buster, just before he passed, I got a tattoo, my first tattoo of a paw. I know if I do that for every dog, it will just look like I was trampled by a bunch of dogs on Pride when I meet my maker.
Like you were attacked.
Yes. What are all these colorful paw prints? Don't worry about it. And you wish. So I this is a funny story because I wanted to bring it up because, my whole thing is you've got to laugh at it, and especially dark humor because A, it's slimming, and B, that's where we need it most. And we're walking on eggshells right now because everyone's so frightened to make jokes about anything when we need that laughter.
Yeah.
More than ever.
Take the scare away even more.
Yeah.
So you'll love this, Simone, I think, because I may have already told Shaun, but a friend of mine who is another dog person, God bless her, love her so much. She said, Carla, I'm gifting you a session with a pet psychic because it really helped me.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. And I'm very open. I believe in reincarnation. I want to come back as Steve Harvey's mustache. Like, I'm very in love with Steve Harvey, first of all. And why do you think I'm broadcasting from the bedroom?
This could be yours.
I assume he's a fan of your show.
Yes.
So, and you both know I'm very spiritual. I'm open. So I'm like, all right, I'll talk to this pet psychic. And she ends up wanting, she says that Dr. Zero is coming through at 6. She's in another time zone. We speak. And the first thing she says is Dr. Z's in the house. Well, that's a nickname, so I'm buying that. Then she goes on to say, and she's wearing star rhinestone glasses, a boa, and a top hat. And she says she's full of pizzazz and razzle dazzle. And I'm like, why is my dog doing a
Liza Minnelli
Spears in the afterlife? Like, I know it's called the Rainbow Bridge, so obviously my dog has turned into Elton John. And why is she talking like Liza Minnelli or Bob Fosse? So continues. She tells me that I said, is Zero going to come back to me? Because I have a friend who claims that his puppy is the reincarnation. And she's like, yes, she's absolutely going to come back and find you, but not as a dog. And I'm like, well, as what, an alpaca, a Subway sandwich? Like, am I just going to steal someone's toddler like it's a catalytic converter? Come with me. This is actually my beloved Chihuahua, so I'll need to take Tyler. Thank you.
I can't eat this sandwich.
Exactly. So nothing's resonating. And, Dr. Zero was very fluid. She wore bow ties, had a blue car. Everybody thought she was a dude because we don't go by labels. And then finally this woman was like, she's quite a girly girl and she's getting her nails done and that's it. I was just like, shut your whore mouth. Like, I couldn't take it anymore. I was doing the keep my dog's name out of your, I'm like, nope. But the great thing is, I've been able to put that in I've been able to laugh at it and whatever. I tried whatever I thought would help.
It's
and
important.
It's going to be something different for everyone. Whether it's going to the beach with their ashes, right? It's
absolutely.
And I'd really lean into people who understand,
yes.
and the humor. And everybody's got the problem is grief is it's like a snowflake. It's going to be so individual for everyone.
Yeah.
And my mom always had a great saying, and I don't know if I'm going to do it justice, but her thing was, I'd say, well, I can't believe this person's upset because that's not what I said. And she said, it doesn't matter what you said. What did they hear? And their feelings are valid. Yeah. So if someone's lost their gerbil and you're like, I don't understand why they're, wearing the black veil. I don't get it. It doesn't matter if you get it. Yeah. Their feelings are valid. And so you want to have a little more compassion, a little more dog-like. And for some, I've always had a dog. And I took a little break this time because I'm like, that's just my ego. Because my thing is, I'm the world's greatest daughter and dog person. Now I'm nothing.
Oh, yes, you are.
I mean, all those things that you go through because they're such a part of your identity. And I don't have my sidekick or sidekicks anymore. So for me, I just thought I'm going to take a break. And I'm just finishing, which has been both beautiful and devastating, a book called The Wah Wah Way. And it's really the story of the three of them.
Okay.
And Zira doesn't die in the book. So she lives on. And so for me, it was helpful to write.
Yeah. I like what you say about you respecting other people.
You got it out.
And also I think with a lot of pet owners and the three of us, as far as I know, are all childless. What you've got a lot of love to give, and you channel all that love into that pet. Yes. That is a devastation that it needs to be respected and honored. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't just say it's a dog. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or it's a cat. It's just a cat. It's just a gerbil. If you don't have children, it's a thing.
It's a sentient being.
As you said, they're completely dependent on you. They literally are completely, and your home is all that they know.
And they're also, they're spiritual beings like us. They're sentient beings, just way more advanced and evolved as far as I'm concerned, which is why. And so there's just, I mean, she and my other dogs always appear in my dreams. Like, there's certain things that you can do to comfort yourself. You got to be gentle with yourself. Yes. It's still a death. Just like for a lot of people, COVID was a death, or a loss of a job is a death, or a breakup is a death. It's all grief. And Shaun's right, and you're right, Simone. We got to channel. Now I've just been mentoring women against their will, like young girls down the street. I'm like, he's not good enough for you. They're like, please get this crazy woman away. But you just need to find a place to working out. That's what keeps me from prison. Yeah. So
Barely.
We all know what our healthier things are. Like, I also had tears that basically tasted of like tequila and Xanax and sadness and salt. So they were just, I mean, I'd like to bottle them. So, you just have to know that, it's all energy. So it's going to go. And I'm trying to come around to the fact that she's just in the next room, or in my dreams, or whomever we've lost is still very much here, just in a different kind of capacity.
This might be a nice time for me to just...
I'm a big believer in that.
I do too. And I just want to share for people who don't know, and Carla and Simone both know this story, but I was so guilt-ridden thinking about getting another dog after Ella passed, yet I was missing the canine company that she'd given me for 15 years desperately. I wanted that back. And one day I couldn't handle the conflict anymore. So I put it out to Ella. I said, you're going to be in charge of choosing the dog, the right time, the right place, the right dog. You guide me to them. And I washed my hands of the issue. And the very next day on my Instagram, from a total stranger, they had tagged me in my new dog Leo's post saying, you should adopt this dog. And I believe, as I know you two believe, that they're still around, and that I spoke to Ella, I gave it to her, and she gave me the perfect dog back, who is part Cocker Spaniel like she is redhead like she is, and has a bit of the same qualities that she did. Yes. And I just would encourage anyone who's lost a pet to speak to them, to acknowledge their presence still, because although they were energy, they still are energy. Energy never dies. And spirit lives on. I found that to be true in my case with Ella, for sure.
Same with me. I thought my little Shih Tzu passed, and that was hard. That was hard. I didn't have the strength, unfortunately, to get another dog. But kind of getting to that point now in life where I might,
Do it.
Getting there.
Ask it to send you the perfect dog. Try it.
You know, Simone, like I was forcing it to, I was like, I'm going to get a dog by the holidays, but it felt more like because I'd never not had one. And
Yes.
then I think this is the first time, as I said, ever, I think in my life, I haven't had a doggy. And I also thought, you know, now I'm forcing it. But with each passing day, I was like, I'm going to draw one or whoever needs me to me. And
Absolutely.
I thought I'll finish this book first.
Yes.
And you know, so as I said, we all have our different timestamps, rituals, ways of, and I would say also like that, I mean, the way it came to you, and I remember this, Shaun, it was perfectly organic and it's beautiful. And you know in your heart, you know, like I always say, put your hand up to a heart and a paw presses back. That's part of the Wawa way.
I can't wait to see this book.
So yeah, well, it's like a children's book in the way that The Little Prince is a children's book. I mean, you know, it's a little more like it's, you know, also hopefully for adults and kind of personal growth. But so I'm doing that too, where sometimes because you don't want to force. So I'm just trying to draw it to me and know when the time's right, maybe get a few things in order in my life and then bring in the next one too. So everybody's got different timing.
Yes.
And that needs
do it
to
when
be
you feel right.
Clock on the wall says 3:25. That means it's time for us to say we love you. And thanks for coming on and sharing your story and your wisdom with us.
And keep healing, Carla. It's a process.
Thank you. I love you both. Thank you for having me. You're both
Thank you for taking the time.
Any time for you guys. You think I got judged for anybody else?
We listen.
Those sleeves. I want those sleeves. There's a beautiful.
That's because I'm a wizard.
Wizard sleeves, aren't they? Accordion wizard sleeves.
That's right.
That's what those are.
The magical.
Those are fat. I see them as more romantic. There you go. I think it's sexy and romantic.
Yes, the bodice.
Girl, put it out there.
Romancing the Wizard.
Coming soon.
Put it out there. Put it out there. That beautiful bedroom deserves some action. Put it out there.
Name of my sex tape, Romancing the Wizard. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Carla.
Thank you.
Namaste laughing.
Namaste. Bye.
Bye. She's awesome.
So awesome. She's still here. She can hear our compliments.
We love you.
Love you. Leaving now.
Collins.
Bye, Carla.
Okay, this is a good look at the color of my face. Look here.
You know what? Until you pointed out, I don't really notice it.
It's
I'm pretty pale too. Look, there you go. I'm pretty pale too. It's a lack of sun thing. It's a lack of sun thing for all of us, which I'm very happy to see the snow melting. I'm like, take it off. Take it off. Put out that sexual energy, Shaun.
There we are. Not enough time with her. I could talk to Carla Collins all day long. So on the phone, and we're on the phone for a good hour.
Yes.
Having a chin wag.
Yes, she's beautiful. I love her.
She's beautiful. Are you going to get a dog?
Thinking about it.
I would love to see you with a dog. Ask
Thinking.
your former dog to send you the right.
They could probably maybe another Shih Tzu or one of the ones that look like a little teddy bear.
Yeah, I could totally see it.
Could go either way.
Travel with.
But if I go for the big ones, it'd be a Bouvier, big curly black carpet.
Biceps, strong arms, manhandling that.
I love them. That they're smart. They're really, really smart dogs. My Shih Tzu was. So I love. They're police dogs. So I look forward to it. It'll come. The moment will come. It'll smack me in the face and go now. It'll be. I
look forward to more of you and me.
Yes, we're back.
We're back. We're back.
We do a live on IG now.
Should we go on and promo this? Okay, give me 5 minutes to set up my camera in the other room.
Okay, you can set up. Oh yeah, okay, no worries. I'm so happy.
Can I do IG live from my laptop?
No, you can't.
No, it's got to be from my phone. Yeah. So minutes.
So we're here. I'm here whenever you're ready.
I'll meet you there.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks for watching, guys. Big kiss, and we're off early by a minute and a half.
Woo!
Let's go.
See? Look at that.
Kind of ship I run, boys.
Show off. See you in a bit. Bye.